Today we're going to be talking about line plots and what they are and how they're used. Line plots are used to help you organize your data. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all these numbers, I think there are 30 numbers here, and we're going to organize them in a line plot. Basically what you do is you put X's above the lines for them. So I'm going to mark them off as I do it. I have a 2 and a 1. Oh, I think I need to add a 0 in here as well, don't I? Let's put a 0 here. 2, 4, 3. A 0, 2, 3, a 2, 3, 4. And there's only one kind of drawback with this, so you want to make sure that you get your X is the same size. 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, 0, and 0. Again, the only drawback is it's kind of hard to tell maybe which one's my tallest if I've made my X's different sizes. So this is just a quick snapshot of, hey, which one occurs most often? You can find a mode very easily from this, and you can kind of see how your data is distributed. What do I mean by distributed? Are there any clusters anywhere? Okay, in other words, there's just like it's all bunched together. Well, due to the fact that my numbers are kind of close together, I can say that most of my data occurs between the 2 and 3. Okay, so that's what a cluster is. A cluster is a group of data. An outlier is an extreme data piece. In other words, it kind of just doesn't fit the rest of it. Now, I would not say that in this case 5 is an outlier. I would not say that 5 is an outlier. If I would have had somebody that said, yes, if this is saying how many TVs you have in your house, if I had somebody that said they had 10 TVs in their house, that would be considered an outlier. And you would maybe do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you would have maybe a little star out here showing that that is an outlier. It's an extreme. Okay, so we can say that we do have clusters. The cluster in this group would maybe be 2 and 3. You could have more than one cluster. Let's say that you have a line plot and there's a bunch over here. Okay, and then I have a bunch over here when I have my X's. Then I could say this is a cluster and then this is a cluster. This one's kind of hard because, but I would say the majority of clustering would be here because that's where most of them are. What's a gap? A gap is a large hole in your data. If this were my data plot here and I didn't have any in between or very few in between, I would say that would be a gap. All right, so that concludes our lesson on line plots. Line plots are used to organize data. They have outliers, possibly, clusters, and gaps. They may not have all of these components in a line plot, but you do find outliers, clusters, and gaps on line plots.